Good morning, guys, or afternoon, or night for whoever is watching and wherever you're watching. So this is going to be another unboxing video. Yesterday was February 14th, quote-unquote Valentine's Day, and I personally hate this holiday. I believe it's commercial. There's no need for you to actually go out and celebrate it with your loved one or your cared one because you can do it any other day. But in the spirit of a holiday, me and my girlfriend do exchange gifts, but we don't really go out or do flowers. And she knows how much of a big Assassin's Creed fanatic I am. I have all of the games except for Syndicate for reasons that I couldn't get my hands on the collector's edition. Because I want the statue. For anybody who has any ideas where I can get one, please comment below. I would love to purchase it to add to finish my collection. But I have most of the comics. I have most of the statues, most of the collector's editions, books. I can go on and on. Even this right here, she got it for me at a Renaissance fair. I have a engraved self-designed ring for the Creed. Nothing's true, everything's permitted. And I'm a big fan, basically. It's just fanatic. So for this Valentine's Day, she decided to give me something nice that I didn't really expect. A while ago when the Assassin's Creed movie came out, she pre-ordered this for me, which is, as the box suggests it is, it's the Apple of Eden. The Apple of Eden, as we all know, is basically the artifact that most of the assassins and the Templars look for. It is the thing that can show, as we saw in the Assassin's Creed 1, the locations of other artifacts. It can dictate free will of men. Throughout the game, this is a big thing for all assassins and all Templars to look for. This is not the only piece of Eden. There's the shards of Eden, which are little rings, magnetic. Basically creates like a little magnetic barrier and whatnot. There's plenty of you understand the point. There's a lot of pieces of Eden, but this right here was and still is the #1 iconic piece of Eden in the whole entire game, the Apple of Eden. And she got it for me. She pre-ordered it, and it's actually she was gonna pre-order me the crate one, but that thing went out like cupcake, so she got me this one, which I'm not complaining about. I love Piece of Eden. I love this in general. This is beautiful. Now, the one thing I will say from the very beginning is that the design for this particular Apple of Eden is taken from the movie. Now, for those who think that, oh, this is not the original, this is something different, actually, you would be wrong, because there are multiple Apples of Eden. There's like, I believe, 5 or 7 of them throughout the series, and they all look original, quote unquote. They have their own design. So this one, if you don't like the way this one looks like, well, I apologize, but you can't say this is not original. This is just one of the Apple of Edens that exist. So let's just get right to unboxing, or let me just show you the box first. So this is the version that just is the Apple of Eden, not the crate. As you can see, this is the front of the box. It tells you, it just shows you what it looks like. This is the logo for the movie, which I believe is actually pretty cool. On the back, we have the descriptions and what it is everywhere. And on here, we basically have like label warnings in multiple languages. I found really interesting that on the bottom they even added a Russian version of like explanation of what this is. So I don't know, I thought it was pretty cool. Not a lot of products do that, or mostly they give you the standard English, Spanish, some sort of a Middle Eastern, and some sort of Asian language. But this one even throws in a Cyrillic, which is Russian. So let's get straight into the unboxing. So the cover comes off really nicely, very easy. And it's in this kind of plastic covering. The cool thing about it is it comes with a stand, which is not just a ball holding a orb. So you have somewhere to displace it. Unless you're like me and you're running, and your biggest problem is you're running out of space, in which case, you know. So this is the Apple of Eden itself. First look at it. So it's not golden. You know, most of the Apples of Eden are not gold. I'm sorry, the first one was gold. The one that Altair finds, and the one that later on he helps his predecessors to find, which was Ezio. They were golden. This one has more bronze and copper, which, to be fully honest with you, I appreciate more, because bronze and copper, it would be a more common material than gold. So if the civilizations that existed before, it would be simpler and cheaper for them to make it out of, you know, more realistic to make it out of copper, bronze, you know, those materials, as opposed to gold, which is a valuable metal. Well, not quote unquote, it is a valuable metal. So, as you can see, as I'm twirling it around, it's an orb. Now, the interesting part about it is it does light up. So in order to light it up, you twist. The two pieces come off. As you can see, it's back and forth. Right here, this part comes out. And you need two AA batteries. I'm sorry, AAA batteries in order to power it up. You put the batteries inside, you close the lid. Now, 1, 2, 3, and 4 are LED lighting lights. This is what's going to basically power up and let the orb glow. So let's see him turn it on. On one of the sides, there's going to be a button right here. That's the button. So you press the button. It's actually very easily pressed, and it maintains that. And voila, you have the glowing Apple of Eden. This side is more a little bit illuminated. This one is lighter, and this one is a little bit darker. I know it's a little bad to see on the camera, but I lit it in a dark room, and when it comes out, one side is lighter, one side is darker, but it's still fine. And to be fully honest with you, the ridge right here, which is basically the middle connector that you use to separate the two pieces, does not bother the design at all. In fact, it gives it, in my opinion, it gives it a little bit extra, because as you see, it's all carved in, and so would be the center of it, which the civilization that came before ours would use to, you know, put whatever power they used to put inside the apple. So the design is actually very, very beautiful. I appreciate it to 90th degree percentile. I'm sorry. It feels like you're actually holding an Apple of Eden from the game or the movie. Well, this one's from the movie, so you'll be holding it from the movie. But still, this is... I was really surprised when the games were first coming out and they made a big deal about the Apples of Eden. Ubisoft never actually released an item, which would be... And my cat is about to... Yeah, okay. Cat, move. What's his name? I was really surprised that they never released an actual Apple of Eden before. But now with the movie, they did. And the finished product is beautiful. It really is. Now, the stand that your apple is going to be standing on looks like this. So it has the Assassin logo in the middle. It's carved here as well. You see the different design on each side. The one thing I will tell you that this is plastic. Um, cat, get off. Yeah. This is plastic. Be very wary about that. So, and this is light. So if it falls from a high shelf, um, it might not crack. It might. You got to be careful with it. Another thing is the apple of Eden itself is hard plastic. So you have to be careful. Try not to leave it anywhere where kids might play with it, or if you have a cat or a dog, so they don't bounce it around. It's sturdy enough, but you still got to be careful with it. In the end, your product, your apple of Eden, would look like this. My suggestion, and again, this is personally me, because the button right here displayed with a button like this, so it's easier for you to press and play around and show off to your friends. But just as well, if you don't want the button to be seen, you can flip it around to the other side. It basically has the identical circular design with the thing, but it's not a button. If you are, you know, not about that life where a button just sticks out. Either way, this is a beautiful piece. I'm very happy my girl bought it for me. My female tried, and I highly do appreciate it. I care. I love this piece. Everything about it. One last thing I will say that when you light it up at night in your room, try not to go all phantom. It doesn't glow that bright. If you are an engineer or expert in lighting, I'm pretty sure you can tweak the lights and the LEDs, or if you know how to work them, I'm pretty sure you will be able to, because essentially this is these are the LEDs. I know they're bright. I do apologize. They have the screws that you can actually take the mechanism out. And I've talked to a couple of my buddies. They said that they might be able to tweak it. I don't want them to do it because I personally love the way it looks and the way it is. I don't know how long the batteries last in this thing. I hope they're for a long time, and I'm not willing to test that theory out. But there it is. This is the apple of Eden. I hope you enjoyed. I know there's 2 or 3 other videos on the actual product itself. If you want, you should definitely look into them. If I made something unclear, probably the other guys will make it clearer for you. So thanks for watching. Nothing is true. Everything's permitted.